Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
I'm home, honey.
Hi guys, it has been a busy day for me out on adventures and picking and looking for antiques. I'm going to show you what I found, and then we're going to do a little check-in and see how the auction is going for the comic books. But you know, selling stuff, buying stuff, that's just the way it goes. My car is full, my garage is getting full, but that's the ebb and flow of this business. But I did find some cool things. Let me show you. I just got back from a trip, was just a little ways out of town, and picked up a couple of things. An original Walt Disney Lady and the Tramp. This is called a half sheet. It's a movie poster, which they had nicely framed. Big marble scale back there. Another couple posters. So we've got Sword in the Stone. And this one, which is called Singed Wings, which is kind of a nice Art Nouveau sort of look. I'm gonna flip it around. There we go. Singed Wings. You've got everything going on. You got a flapper looking gal with butterfly wings, who I'm assuming is Baby Daniels. And this woman who seems to be, you know, I don't know if she's happy about what's going on there, but there's a clown who's like, look, I will get heat from this, but it looks like he's smelling her hair, and she's like, what? He's like, your hair smells so good, and she's like, that's enough already. She looks creeped out by him. But people who are clowns don't like it when clowns get a bad rap, but I can't help but think that that's a funny looking picture. There was also, oh, look at this, that's a cool looking bottle, isn't it? Salvia hair tonic dressing. I just love the graphics on these old bottles, especially when you get back to the 1920s or so. This was kind of neat. I get coin sets every so often when I'm out at somebody's house. This one was a little bit more interesting. I got the Olympic seal on it, but see, it's got the star. This is the Russian Olympics, 1980. It's a complete set of, it's their .900 solid silver coins. There's some that are a little bit bigger than others. But look at that, it's a whole set of silver coins. And silver, of course, has value no matter what currency it's stamped in. So that was a good find. Look at this, I've got antiques in my windshield washer fluid. That's the way it goes. JFK magazines, there's quite a few JFK magazines here. Memorial, and then of course there's some while he was alive. So it was a big deal, Kennedy. He was a rock star almost, and even in Canada, very popular guy. So we find Canadians did collect JFK stuff here too. This was kind of neat. There's some old photographs. The Oregon off for, no, 1900. So I guess the good ship Oregon there. 1900. Look at all the people seeing the ship off. It's always nice to find these old photographs. So look, these are always popular. 1937. That's a Canada Park Pass. And I always have people looking for those, so that'll be a quick and easy sale. Visit Vancouver, British Columbia. That's quite early. Since it's horse and carriage, that's got to be a very early Vancouver tourist brochure, probably like 1900 or around there. Let's see. The Coming City of Canada. I wonder if it's dated. No, it might not be dated, but it doesn't look to be. Cars were not a thing. This could be Victorian era. That's a pretty early piece, and there are people who collect old postcards like this. Galesburg, Illinois. It's always kind of fun to go through these boxes full of generic knickknacks. Talk of the town. These must be like old orange crate labels. Ivanhoe California Fruits. These would go on your wooden boxes. They'd be applied onto a wooden box. It's fun just going through these little London transport. Look, they paid $40 for it. Bus map of central London. What else do we have in here? More postcards. Oh, look at that place. Oh, that's a Hollywood Bowl. What a cool looking building that is. Egyptian themed. So these are all early Hollywood, it looks like. CBS, restaurants. Yeah, these are all Hollywood hotspots from probably the 1940s or so. Nice little set of California cards. But this box just keeps on going. All sorts of stuff in here. Okay, I'll sort through that a little bit more later on. Set that out of the way. You see my candy store cash register I got there? That's the smaller size. That's the size you want to get if you're getting a cash register. The bigger ones are, not only are the bigger ones much heavier, but not as collectible. The smaller size like that, always good to get. And this even has the amount purchased little piece on the top. That topper is often missing. So nice piece. In that condition, probably worth around $1,500 or so. So that's a cool find. This is a stereograph viewer. And there should be, oh look, there's another one of these hair tonic boxes. Yeah, there's some stereo view cards. And certain stereo view cards are actually worth more than others. That people collect certain things. I had a whole series that was Civil War, showing the battle scenes. Oh look, there's a JFK for President pin back. And photographs, more old postcards. Butte, Montana. The nice thing is these postcards are actually quite early. 1915, Miss Alice Smith. And look at the age of these. It is nice to find early postcards. For me, anything kind of pre-1950s is a little bit more interesting. Sometimes you get them in their wartime related. Oh, that's neat. Look at this. That's from Medicine Hat, Alberta. I imagine, see where it's kind of stamped on there. You can put whatever your town name is on, but the girls all flirt with me in Medicine Hat, Alberta. But I know I ought to be true to you. I guess they're implying that it's a German who's out hitting on the ladies. And look, she's enamored. Probably because he's winking, but he's not keeping his eye on the road. Better be careful. That thing does not look like it has seatbelts or even a windshield that goes all the way up. So he's gonna end up with a bird in his eyeball if he's not careful. Sometimes they're a little bit more interesting if somebody's actually filled out the backs and you can see the year that it was from, or it looks like these are all kind of, a lot of these are car related or transportation related, which is kind of fun. To see all the old pictures on here. Where is this? Columbia River, Oregon. Neato. I'm gonna go through the rest of that box in a bit, but I brought a whole lot of other stuff into the garage as well that I've got to go through. So it's just been a busy day of picking, and I didn't even show you guys all the other cool stuff I bought. So aside from the stuff in the back of the car, I ended up with some mid-century modern, bits and pieces like this. Well, that's maybe a little bit older than mid-century, but it's still cool. Recognize what that is? No. Music by AMI. That is a speaker that would have been out like in a dance hall or restaurant attached to a jukebox. Why do I have that? Because I bought not one, not two, but 3 jukeboxes and 2 pinball machines that all have to come home in about a week's time. So could not fit that in the back of my car, so I've got to go pick that up later on. But you just wait and see. There'll be a video on that when that comes out. It's going to be a really cool episode. But while I was there, got this old lawyer's bookcase, this really cool 1950s kidney-shaped coffee table, which I'll be putting through at the December 5th antique sale, and a variety of other sort of stuff. Oh, isn't that the best description in the world? A variety of other stuff. Well, This little suitcase was kind of cool. It's well, I wouldn't say antique, but it's a vintage English-made picnic set with the thermoses and the whole deal. So that's probably like, with the cork and the thermoses, I'd probably say that's late 40s, early 50s. Later they would put more of the screw top kind of cap on there, but that's a little earlier. It even comes with the salt and pepper. Everything is there. What a fun little set. Probably take that and put that through auction too. But I've got to take a bunch of this stuff into the store and a bunch into auction. So for now, that's all I'm going to go through. But I do want to go check and see how the comics are doing at the auction online, because there's only a few days left there. But all that super cool stuff aside, there was even more. Pages full of Roman coins dating back to, well, I think the 300 BC and even earlier in some cases. Some nice finds here. And for good measure, stacks of Confederate money. You know, when they had like their own White House and the whole deal. But look, Confederate money as well. But that's not even the coolest thing I got. This is a 19th century Malaysian hand cannon. They would have used these in boat-to-boat sort of conflicts, but this style could also be carried, as I am right now, and fired right out of the end. Look at the small caliber bullet that would have been, ball. But what a neat thing, nicely engraved, lots of good detail on there, and made of bronze. Really, really neat finds. And like I said, you never know what you're gonna find in someone's basement. Here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, I've come up with the neatest things. You can only imagine what's in your town. But let's check on that auction to see how it's going. So a while ago, I took in a pile of comic books. So when I say a pile, I mean it was literally a couple skids worth of comic books into auction. They got sent to New York City, and it was a nail biter whether they get them safely or not, but they did, and they're all up for auction now, but everything is ending in just a few days. I'm on the ComicConnect.com website, and we're gonna look for our auction, which is right here. It is the Quick Draw auction, which is ending in just a couple days' time. November 17th and November 18th. Things are really gonna start to end quickly here. Now, not only were there comic books, but there was a ton of movie posters, including Clint Eastwood, Roy Rogers, John Wayne, all sorts of other comic books and posters, Zorro, all kinds of fun stuff. But I don't know how things are going, so we're gonna just check on the auction and see how things are going so far. And I'm gonna sort by, you can sort on the side here. I'm gonna sort by the lowest price first. See what kind of deals there are. So look at this, assortment of comic books and movie advertisements and things, $1 each, and look, nobody's bid on them yet. Here's a big batch of Rin Tin Tin, original 1954 to 61 Rin Tin Tin comics. What's the price? $1. So $1 for, what is that, 8 comics? That's a actual real bargain. They said the estimated value is over $75, 75 US. In store, normally I'd probably get at least 10 bucks a piece out of those. So yeah, like $80 to $100. What's it bid at right now? $1. So these prices are definitely on the lower side. Look at all these batches of comic books, $1 each. It's only 4 days left. I really hope people start to get some bids in on some of this. There's a set of Lassie comics, $1. Western Group Comics, what's in that one? Wyatt Earp, Range Rider. So the 6 of those for $1. Now, if you're looking for Christmas presents, you might find some real good deals here. It's not great for me as the consignor to see all these comics going for just, you know, pennies on the dollar, but hopefully things will start to change. I'm gonna flip it around and I'm gonna sort by the highest price items and see what they are. And there's a number of comic books that would normally be worth $1,000 or so, or possibly more. This John Wayne and Turok Son of Stone, in that condition at 8, that could be very much a $1,000 comic book. It's at $270, so even so, has a long way to go. This is a fantastic lot of Tom Corbett Space Cadet comics. Look how fun that is. There's, oh boy, 11 of them for 220 bucks. That's a bargain. When you look at the artwork that's on there, that is just some beautiful painted covers, some beautiful artwork. that's still a great deal at a couple $100 for all those, for 11 of them. So it looks to me like things are going for discount prices right now. Here are some absolute steals. The first I Love Lucy comic, 16 bucks when worlds collide. That thing is normally $1,000 comic, $16. Same with Gene Autry. And we've got Gene Autry, what's that? Gene Autry #1, 16 bucks. Can you believe it? Like if I saw those at a garage sale for those prices, I'd be scooping them up. Not great news for me as the seller, but very good news for you guys out there who are buying. This is the first appearance, I believe, of introducing Ghost Rider. So for those of you that are into that genre, he's not on a motorcycle, he's on a horse, but it's the very first appearance of Ghost Rider. Not a high grade comic, 3.5, but it's what they would call a key comic. The introduction of a new character, and Ghost Rider went on to have a whole complete series in life of his own. That's $200. That's still very low for a key book like that. I'll have a look at a couple of the others. Rifleman with the, it's such an odd cover. The people laugh at this cover because it's a little on the silly side, but it is still probably about a $700 or $800 comic book. And this being graded an 8.5 is really high. What, is that $100? So everything is way, way, way undervalued right now. That said, we still have about 4 days to go, but for people out there who are looking for some really good deals, like this Annie Oakley is in a 9.2. That's basically about as mint as you can get. That's pretty darn close. It's Annie Oakley #1, graded at 9.2. It's only bid at $90. You can't ask for better grading really than that. 9.2 is way up there. You get a 10 on if it's just off the presses, but considering that's from, you know, the comics from the 40s and 50s being graded that high, they have been kept in remarkable condition. And of course, for good measure, there's a couple superhero comics like this very early Captain Marvel Jr. You'd see these starting to appear in some of the new Marvel series that are coming out, like Shazam and so forth. 6.5 is not a bad grade, and it's at $100. So definitely some good deals to be had on the site. We'll stay close to this and see how things are shaping up. Whew, it's always a nail biter watching these auctions go, but when I look at the low price items, there are some absolute bargains out there at just $1 a piece that I would be happy to pay $1 a piece and have all that inventory for my store. Even to give them away as gifts, that's pennies on the dollar right there. So in the meantime, I'm gonna keep buying unique things. I've got a few pinball machines and jukeboxes to bring into the shop, and I have to unload my car in my garage and get the rest of the stuff over to the other auction, which is a Kastner Auctions, the antique sale we're doing. 2 big auctions coming up. This one ends in 4 days, the comic book sale, and then the Kastner auction sale for all the antiques and collectibles is December 5th. So a lot going on, and I'm trying to keep my head screwed on straight and keep everything, all my ducks in a row. And if you want to check out the auction, simply log into comicconnect.com. You can log in and look for the quick draw auction sale and follow, or better yet, bid on some of these comics. Trust me folks, there are some bargains, absolute bargains to be had there. That's way less than what I paid for this stuff. You're getting it for basically giveaway price. So log in, get yourself a great deal. Kastner auctions will be coming up December 5th. I'll be giving more information as we get close to that. But thanks for watching today's adventure. Hope you guys had fun. I've got a lot of sorting to do in the garage and again at the shop, but always a busy day around here. Take care guys, we'll see y'all soon, and bye for now.